listening to KFWB News Talk 980. My name is Les Brown. I'm Mrs. Mamie Brown's baby boy. And we want to thank you so much for joining us. We come your way Monday through Friday from 2 o'clock until 4. And this is different radio. This is radio that makes you feel good. You laugh. You talk to yourself. You'll call in and engage in stimulating conversation where we talk about issues of life. And we love to hear your story. We're talking about making mistakes. And what are some of the mistakes that you've made but you learned something from the mistakes that you made. And I want to hear from you because we've had a lot of people call and share a variety of things. One lady said, I shouldn't have married my husband. I'm sure there are a lot of folks out there saying, well, I shouldn't have married the one I'm with either. But what we know is that mistakes are not fatal. In fact, there's something that says never say oops, always say interesting. Fred Smith of FedEx said, if you haven't made any major mistakes by the age of 35, you haven't done anything. Let me talk to Jack. Jack on line 2. Thank you so much, Jack. In Anaheim, you said that you partied too much when you were in college.
Well, actually, first of all, it's a great pleasure to talk to you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Actually, I never finished college. I went to a community school for about a year and a half, and basically was a complete slacker. And I was too busy partying and having a good time with my friends to finish college, and I dropped out.
Well, why don't you go back now, Jack? You're still young. I can hear it in your voice.
I'm 55. Thank you very much.
You're still young, Jack. I've got underwear older than you.
Well, actually, though, I'm doing quite well for myself.
Okay.
And I've often thought about that, but I keep a very, very busy schedule. I'm married to a wonderful woman who is on a medical disability for the last 9 years, so I'm a good provider. I don't have any children. But
oh, man, bless you for being there and standing by her side.
But I've done very well for myself. I'm a West Coast manager for a large food importer, and I'm not wanting for anything. But, sometimes I always think to myself, if I could do anything different, what would I do? And I think my biggest regret was, not finishing college. But one of the things you had said as far as what did you learn from it, well, what I learned from it was perseverance and how to pick yourself up and to keep on going. And that's kind of like the theme of what I hear you talk about all the time. And, I just wanted to call in and share that because I think that you're so right on with all the things you're saying. And, I think Robert Louis Stevenson said, life's not a matter of holding good cards, but of playing a forehand well. And that's kind of how I've structured, my life. We don't all have silver spoons.
Yes.
But you just got to take what you got and do the absolute best that you can with it. And I'm a living proof that if you put forth the effort, good things are going to come to you.
Absolutely. Now, wait a minute. You just ran through that quote. And who said that? Robert Lewis. I love quotes. Write this down for me. You said life is not about, say it again?
Life is not about holding good cards, but of playing a poor hand well.
Life is not about holding good cards, but playing a poor hand well. I'm giving a speech tomorrow. I'll use that and give you some credit, too.
Well, thank you very much.
I appreciate you calling in, and thank you so much calling in, Jack, and sharing your story.
Thank you. Have a good day.
All right, give your wife our regards. Take care now. Thank you. Okay, I want to talk to you, Susan. Thank you so much for calling in. What mistake have you made, and what did you learn from it?
It was a biggie. It was years ago. I knew a guy who was married. He managed to convince me his wife didn't love him, didn't understand him. So we had an affair. They eventually got divorced. He and I got married, and sure enough, within a year, he was cheating on me. So the big lesson is morals matter.
Wow. Morals matter.
Secondary lesson. Once a cheater, always a cheater.
And so, are you still with him?
No.
You left there.
I found out and walked out.
You found out and you walked out.
I eventually met and married the most wonderful man. Honest, ethical, responsible, and just a lovely, lovely person.
Good for you.
Last year.
You lost him last year?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. And what did you learn from that lesson? You said that if you as T. Harv Eker said, how you do anything is how you do everything. And you said if this person did not have morals and he cheated on his wife, then he's going to cheat with you, and he did.
Yeah, I mean, morals matter. They're fundamental. They're one of the absolutely most important things you have to think about in a marriage.
Yes.
In a friendship, any kind of relationship.
Yes, absolutely. Listen, thank you so much for calling in. Thank you for sharing your story. And our heart goes out to you for your loss, for the presence of his love in your life. Death can never steal.
Thank you.
Thank you. Take care now. Yeah. When you think about mistakes, and studies indicate that 87% of people allow their fear of making mistakes hold them back from doing things, hold them back from pursuing their dreams. Thomas J. Watson said the fastest way to succeed is to double your failure rate. Here's what I know. You will fail your way to success. You will make a lot of mistakes. Henry Ford said, mistake is the only opportunity, brother, he says, error is only the opportunity to begin again more intelligently. So don't shy away from making mistakes. Now, don't just go out there and make them deliberately. There's some things you know you're not supposed to do. Listen to your first mind. And when you make some mistakes, don't allow that to become your destiny. Don't allow your past to become your future. You can persevere, as we were talking about and talking with some of the people that have called in. You can overcome that. You can move in another direction. You can reinvent yourself. And it is true what Elsie Robinson said, that things may happen around you and things may happen to you, but the only things that really count are the things that happen in you. And that's the decision that we make every day, that I don't like where I am and I'm going to do something about it. Now, the next hour, I want you to join us and be a part of the conversation, because in the next hour, we're not going to be talking about mistakes that you've made in the past. What we're going to talk about is your past catching up with you. I've got to share an interesting story that's very fascinating, because have you ever had that, something that happened in your past and it came up to haunt you? We're going to be talking about that in the next hour, so be prepared for that. But we're talking about mistakes right now, and when I look at my life, what did I learn? Well, when I lost a house that I purchased for my mother because I didn't do a title search, I should have listened to my attorney. They say a person who represents themselves as an attorney has a fool for a client. I was listening to myself rather than the paid professional that I'd paid to be there to represent my interests. The other thing is, when I had a nationally syndicated talk show and it was canceled because I refused to do shows like Fathers Who Sleep with Their 14-year-old Daughter's Boyfriends, I had the first positive talk show on television. I should have continued to push my idea. I should not have spent so much time feeling humiliated, feeling defeated. And I took it personally. They canceled the show. I canceled myself. I remember walking down the streets in Manhattan one year, and people said, "Are you Les Brown?" I said, "Yes, I am." Then somebody else said, "You used to be Les Brown, huh?" I said, "I'm still Les Brown." What do you mean, used to be? You know, it's called life. You're going to make some mistakes. But I still believe anything that's worth doing is worth doing badly. It's worth doing right if you know how to do it, but if you don't know how to do it, it's worth doing badly until you get it right. My name is Les Brown, Mrs. Mamie Brown's baby boy. You're listening to KFWB News Talk 980.